program. It's fast and furious. It's based on a Japanese concept where you have to pitch your idea to your boss, and if you can't do it in 3 minutes, you basically lose your job. Today, Europeans can't do the 3-minute thing. We've tried it, we extended it to 4, we tried to get it to 5. We settled on 7 minutes at INMA. So the INMA Brain Snack is 7 minutes. We don't ask people to do a 30-minute presentation and speak really quickly and do it in 7. It's to take some key ideas from practical case studies at these companies. It's a global tour. We'll ask some questions, no more than 3 questions of each speaker, but we really want to give away this free entry to the next European conference, so please get your questions ready. Frieda's going to be looking after everything on stage. I'm going to be looking after the timekeeping. If one person goes over 7 minutes, the microphone goes off. It's harsh, it's rude. Some people get really embarrassed. They won't lose their job, but we won't lose our timing. It's 7 minutes, that's what they've signed up for, and the time is over to Frieda.
Oh, to me, okay. Well, you basically explained it all. I just want to encourage all of you here, sitting here, that I know you all have great studies back at home. So why don't you think about this for the next year and, you know, give Tom here a call. Or Earl or Tony, we can give you a call if you want to be here next year, brain snacking, right? Yeah, so let's do that. And all you females, I want to see you up on stage as well. So, okay, don't be shy now. Okay, so ready? This is my absolute favorite part of the whole conference. So, are you ready? This is going to be great. Our first speaker is going to speak about mobile and how to make mobile revenues just, you know, boom. Without further notice, I would like to introduce to you Gio Burchard, CEO Marketing and Sales with Rust Media Digital. Welcome, your 7 minutes start now.
Okay, 7 minutes, we tried in Paris, it's hard. Okay, I will tell you a story of how we grow our mobile revenue to up to 30%. First of all, I don't speak about revenue, what we get from Abnexus, Plister, or other affiliates. We only speak about revenue, what we are doing with smartphones for the beginning. Only that you know where we are. We're in Austria, it's all about 700-800 kilometers away from Budapest. It's in the border to Switzerland. We have up to 70% reach in our market and have a huge audience. Okay, this is our mobile traffic back to 2012. I will start the journey here in 2013. We had 19% mobile traffic and we had under 1% mobile revenue. Great. We had sleepless nights and we said we have to change anything. So the first problem was the clients don't care about mobile. The agencies in our region don't understand mobile, and the sales reps don't want to sell mobile because it's not so much revenue in there. So what we did, first of all, we kicked off all the national ad networks to only sell the mobile advertising by our own. We deleted all the disturbing ads, so no pop-ups, no interstitials, only native formats, with in the listicle view, the news river like Facebook. The next one was the most important one. We said to our clients, you have to, they don't have another chance. We said, you have to do mobile. We make contracts where they have to do 10% of the yearly volume have to spend on mobile, otherwise it's gone. The next year it was 50%. We combine all the great products we have on the desktop with mobile, so that they don't, they have to do mobile. Of course, it was the best learning for us to measure and compare it with desktop, and it was horrible because mobile is, you have better click rates, you have better engagement. It's the future and it's great. The next step is now in 2016 that we don't sell mobile and web, we only sell VOL as brand, and you get mobile and web, so they have to, especially now with HTML5. So if you want to make photos, you have all 6 steps. Step 3 was the most important thing. that our clients have to do the mobile. So 2013 we have this under 1% mobile revenue. Our goal for 2014 was 5%. We had 6.3. And 2015 we are on 30% and on 46% mobile traffic in the moment. So they're great numbers, and we see it's working. This is the best thing. The clients are happy because it's working. The agencies understand mobile because anyway we do the work for the agency. The sales reps, they're happy they have a new story and good revenue, and the user, especially with the native formats, they don't complain anymore about this. We call it Wurstfinger with the X. You have to search it. Yes, that's it. In a few minutes. I don't need 7.
Okay, and if you have a question, let's light it up and don't hesitate. This is your chance. Did you make any mistakes here that you skipped that we can skip as well, that we can learn from?
We have to start earlier, so it was too late. It was really too late. And we have, of course, clients now, they shift the complete budget to mobile. So we don't only grow mobile, we also have shifts from web to mobile, of course.
I'm sure you saw Mira's presentation earlier. Do you have shaking butts as well, or?
No.
No?
No, we don't want this shaking butts. But we have, for example, this we call it cube.
Yeah,
this one, yeah. This we have. But the best ad on mobile is content. Native advertisement, content marketing is really
what
the best.
What kind of content? And we always say content is
yes.
But what kind of
stories about topics, stories about companies, useful stories. They're working really, really well.
Like partner promotion stories?
Yes,
Yes. And questions, anyone? What's the... Yeah? Now it's finally your turn. Happy to give the word to you.
Just, you say you make them native and content for the advertisers. Who writes it?
Not the editorial stuff. We have separate people. We also have now our own agency, as Gerrit said yesterday. The content, they call it Content Studio. So we make it. But they worked years before in the editorial team.
Okay, and is it included in the price?
Depends on the volume.
And what's the price tag compared to regular ad, you would say?
It starts on the regional basis, it starts on 1,500 euro up and goes on the campaigns from 10,000 up. So it really depends on the client and on the campaign.
You're just taking photos. Okay, well, thank you very much. We'll continue with the break snack. Thank you for sharing, and a big hand. Well, location, right? We can't emphasize it too much. And are we capitalizing on where people are? I mean, probably they're interested in what's happening right next to them. To talk more about this subject, we have a wonderful person from Norway, Alexander Rysfjord, commercial head of mobile. Welcome. You're starting the first now.
Thank you. Digital advertising has for a long time been done on this device, the desktop. Thanks to this fantastic system with cookies, we can serve ads based on your behavior, whether you search for a car, look for a watch, or read sports. We can then connect this behavior and serve digital ads based on this. It's called online retargeting, and it's a huge business. But when we look at a person in the physical life, the physical person has a lot of behavior that he's been doing in the physical world. He lives at a certain place, also works at a certain place. He maybe visits airports. And for sure, he also visits a lot of physical stores. But there is no way we can connect these dots and serve ads based on this offline behavior. And this is particularly interesting when you look at the amount of online retail, the total retail. This is numbers for Norway, but only 9% of the retail is done online. So we have a huge gap here that we don't know anything about, and we certainly not can use the behavior in online advertising. So that's what this case is about, to bridge the gap between offline and online and serve online ads based on offline behavior. So okay, we're going to work with location as a parameter. Luckily, we have this fantastic device called the smartphone, where in Norway at least, a hell of a lot of people use it and carry it with them at all times. So we're going to work a little bit more with the mobile and try to figure out how can we determine the location of a mobile. This might feel a bit technical, but it's important to understand. We can determine the location of a mobile phone thanks to the IP address and also a different range of technologies down to GPS and Bluetooth. The accuracy of these parameters is very different. The IP address, as mentioned earlier, is rubbish, whereas GPS and Bluetooth is extremely high precision. But when we look at the availability of the parameters, it's the total opposite. We have IP address for every visit we do online, whereas GPS and Bluetooth cannot be accessed at all times. But in this case, we chose to look a bit closer into GPS and Bluetooth in how to target the message thanks to location provided by these technologies. And when we look at these technologies, we need to understand when can we access them. In the browser environment, this is only for mobile. We kind of can use GPS if we ask the user every time. And for Bluetooth, there is no such protocol. Whereas in the app environment, we can ask the user once, and we can actually access his position at all times. So we chose to work with the VG app, and luckily we have a hell of a lot of app installs. You might think that 1.3 million isn't that much, but in Norway, which is a tiny country, where it equals to a third of the internet population. So we have the technology, and we have the environment. So let's bridge this gap between offline and online. We partnered up with Coca-Cola and the Copa, which is the cinema commercial chain, and chose to help a local cinema with their main goals. They want to sell snacks to the movie because there's a good margin, and they want to have customers come back more often. This guy enters the cinema. We placed a small little beacon in there, so his smartphone can actually react on the fact that he is inside the cinema, calls home to our backend system. We take that information and put it in the cinema audience. We don't do anything at that point, but at the later point, when he's waiting for the cinema to start, waiting for his girlfriend to join him, he opens up the video app, of course, because everyone does that in Norway, and he's got a hyper-local ad based on the fact that he is inside the cinema, exactly at that point. He's got a coupon for a free sample of Coke. Hopefully he goes to the snack bar, grabs his Coke, and additionally picks up some popcorn. So we fulfilled goal number 1. But at a later stage, we still know that he has been to the cinema and now he's at home. We can actually serve him an ad based on the fact that he's been on an offline location. So we're serving him an offline retargeting. In the VG app, of course, again, we can give him a coupon on a free cinema ticket if he brings a friend. Same system, smaller coupon. He changes his home to the cinema. And we have actually managed to fulfill the 2 goals. Quite simple. But the most important and most interesting thing with this kind of targeting system is the effect, and how you can measure the effect. Because you start to realize that we have physical persons entering physical stores, receiving an online ad, making an offline purchase, and in the other way, we can still target him based on the fact that he's been on an offline location and returns to the cinema again. So it's kind of a fun way to track the whole customer journey that hasn't been done before. In this case, we managed to get 12% to go to the snack bar, and as much as 16% to act on the retargeting message and return to the cinema. So with that said, I would like to argue that thanks to this fantastic device, we remove the question mark and connect the dots between offline and online. Thanks.
Wonderful. How many of you want to try the eye beacons like Alexander just talked about? Like 2. Wow. Next year when you will raise your hands, we will see hundreds, right? How much is an eye beacon nowadays? Most people haven't got one.
Less than 100 crowns, so less than 10 euros.
Less than 10 euros. Did you hear that? Wow, fantastic. And what other possibilities can you see with this device? What do you think will come next?
As some smart ones mentioned, we'll like to say that location is the new cookie. It's the cookie for the physical behavior. and it's the cookie to be used in the mobile environment. So I think the potential for this kind of technology is amazing, and it's huge. Yeah?
Yeah, this is very interesting, but I would like to know how you position this in front of beacon technologies.
If there's any other technologies?
The beacon, B-E-A-C-O-N technology, you know, the small device.
Yeah, that's what we used.
You use beacon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We used both beacon and GPS sensors as well.
Yeah,
but
great.
mainly beacon triggers the message here.
Will it be a little bit more than the Minority Report, do you think, in the future, that you have an iBeacon and that, or even an eye recognition thing, and you will get personal messages when you walk by a store saying, "Oh, hello, Alexander, did you like the toothpaste you tried last week? I see your teeth are all white and shiny."
We get a lot of this like creepiness, privacy issues, and people want to talk about. But the important thing is there that in order to provide this kind of services, or like really commercial services, we need to collaborate with our editorial department and create editorial services that utilize the same data. Because we are more than happy to give away our data if we are provided with value for that data. And we're very honest in our app environment that we want to use this data to give you a better use experience, but also to use it commercially. And it's very important to be that honest that we're going to use it commercially. Yeah?
Do you own the beacons, or is it Coke who owns the beacons?
We've done a lot of cases so far, and as of now, it's